Zheles has been felled. Yet somehow, this does not feel like victory to you. In your heart of hearts, you know that you've only scratched the surface of this ancient threat. A great battle many years ago, an expansive city founded by the victors, and a prophecy made by the goddess that once led them. As you ponder the pieces of this puzzle, Cheryl and Arsinoe nurse their wounds in the shallow waters you found on this level of Verndarim. And as the cascading ripples extending from the darkness reveal that you are not alone, your eyes fall upon two pale dwarves in tattered robes, one using a cane to support himself, and another with a stone in one hand and a chisel in the other.
What's up? We're back again. So, you guys have seen the intro. You all now sit in a shallow pool of water in the heart of Verndarim, approached by two of the pale dwarves that you'd seen earlier, now looking a bit less mad. One using a staff to prop himself up, and another holding a stone in one hand and a chisel in the other. What would you like to do?
Cheryl and I are laying down in the water.
Yeah.
Stand up. I'm gonna stand up.
Yeah.
Are we resting right
Put
now?
my face out of the water.
You,
right now.
you
like
were
mid-rest?
like just about to start resting.
Okay.
Yeah, we're kind of getting settled in, so you're not rested yet.
Okay.
Cheryl's face has been in, and just his little
My trunk?
trunk has been up.
Trunk in an ear.
Like a
I
submarine.
smell someone coming.
And I'm talking out of the trunk like.
Who goes there?
Oh my god.
It's not like I can see anyway, so.
I can't see you, but I can smell you. So it begins.
Missed you guys.
Yeah.
Do we get the full rest yet? Like, should I have reset my spell slots or no?
I
As we
don't
were
think
sitting
so.
down, like they
Yeah.
picked up.
I didn't know if we were fully leveled up or not yet.
We'll say not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Well, I want to talk to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we like stood
Oh.
up and
Yeah,
waiting for them.
Wait,
We're waiting.
That's what he
Yes.
said to them.
Oh, okay. I was like,
who are you?
Names.
you knew we were gonna ask Insight check.
I knew I forgot to do something.
Insight check.
Too late.
I am the most inceptive.
Inceptive?
Yes, insight. I have
Yes.
+7 or +8. One of the. Oh, do you? Oh shit. Okay, well then we're as
I can't see
inceptive.
them.
I did too.
Well, you have +9.
+7. Sorry.
Okay.
I think said +7.
Insightful.
But still.
What did I say?
Inceptive. Oh.
Sam is going over here. Insightful. Insightful.
I got it from
Wait,
Will.
What was that timer? He was
I
like,
looked at Will and I was like,
he was like, they don't work here. They don't work here.
they don't work here. They don't work
They
here.
don't work here.
They don't work
We're
here.
just giving someone a
me a drink.
freaking order.
Give me a drink, woman. It's like, they don't, and Alex is like, they don't work here. And I was like, how insane.
I think I just got really good at ignoring you, honestly.
Oh, absolutely.
That is what it feels like, yeah.
I love you, but I also sometimes just.
But also, shut up.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
The older dwarf looks at you and says, I am Bonder Hammerguard.
Can't spell that one. Top of my head.
Hammer guard?
Bolden Hammerguard?
Bonder.
Bonder.
How is that easier to spell?
Bonder?
Yeah, it's just
BAUNDERR?
Okay, Mr. Big Shot.
I can't believe you got that on the first try. Yeah, that's crazy.
ERR.
Be there, I was just silent.
E with an accent aigu on it.
Something you.
Oh my god. Okay, so Bonder.
I was about to say, what is there?
Yeah.
Bonder
Bondo.
Hamburger.
Bonder. BOWN.
Burger, hamburger guy.
Fred Fred.
Yeah.
Burger.
Whataburger.
Okay, we're off track already. God damn it. This is what happens when we go too long without seeing each other.
It has been long.
Yeah. We also have advantage in the chat already.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say, Lance, thanks for the 15, man. That's going to be very
Oh, it's
helpful.
a 15.
Yes.
Whoa.
Very nice roll.
Do you, you'll have to forgive our hesitancy. We were attacked by some of your friends recently.
Yes, I understand. They'd fallen victim to a great evil that found its way here not long ago.
So you're aware of this?
I am, and I am now aware that that evil has left. Am I to thank you all for this?
Thanks, Lance.
Yes, that was us.
Was it?
Right? Yeah.
I mean, was it?
I mean, if we're talking about the same evil, that will.
Me and my kind have been tasked with protecting this place.
We came here seeking you all.
Here we are.
So
Here you
I
are.
get into the pod.
We can go home now.
The pod got a sub.
Oh. Oh, Lance he just
Thanks.
gifted a sub and it
Thank
gave
you
it to
for
the
the
bot.
subs.
Oh, that's funny.
Lance, thank you for the gifted subs, man. That means a
I feel
lot.
like it should not give it to the bot.
We'll put it towards the
Lots
new
of
fog
people
Still
machine.
appreciate you though, Lance.
Lots of people too, y'all.
Unfortunately, yeah. Have y'all seen that robot that looks like a
No.
person? I'll send you a video later.
iRobot?
Spoopy.
Oh, the girl.
Something Morgan is like, oh no, they're real.
They are.
What's happening?
She
Anyway.
has emotions.
Morgan's one.
Anyway,
She has a processor.
Knew we'd be
real
talking
Morgan's
about
actually
computer
back there.
speakers
Facial
tonight.
expression.
Yeah, totally.
She,
And tells jokes. I'll send it
she
in
has a
Discord.
battery.
I will send it in Discord. Don't you worry. She's going to take over the world.
Anyway,
Anyway,
and androids aside.
I don't know exactly how long we've been under, but I can tell you that over the years and years that we've inhabited this place, our numbers have dwindled thanks to the rending wind, which now too, it seems, you have dealt with.
we have.
Did we know that?
Excuse me?
We're underground.
The rending wind was that we had to go through it. to
Yeah,
get
but
here.
like,
Ended it.
he's saying
He
it's
just
gone.
said.
You mean it's no longer
wait.
there?
The rending wind?
The outside of the mountain is clear as day.
So you recently woke up from whatever spell you were under.
Unfortunately, yes.
You are, I am.
Even the best of us were not strong enough to resist the temptations of that foul thing.
What did it want?
What it's wanted for centuries. For the world to return to nothing. The stones tell us that this has happened many times. Different ways.
Is this the great evil that Vernthrim fought in the past?
In a way, yes. Again, the stones tell us that
Is she saying stones? Like the thing they're holding?
The lore.
as he's talking, you see the other dwarf standing next to him, kind of like chiseling away, like
Like,
at a
taking
pace
notes
so
in
fast
there?
that looks like he's
like,
basically
taking
typing.
notes.
So instead of like scrolls, they just
Oh,
they use rocks.
interesting. Which is why we found a lot of those rocks with like all of that stuff on there.
Very cool.
All those years ago, Verndarim fought against Kath, a half-orc.
Yeah.
A half-orc turned something else when he combined his being with Zheles.
So this prophecy of the World Eater, is that in reference to another champion of Zheles?
I suppose. Unfortunately, The stones are much more reliable than any mind. It is why we spent so much time carving our history and world lore into the walls you see around you, the tablets laid in our streets.
What?
But it appears Zheles has done exactly what he came here to do.
What do the stones say about his losses? Who beats him in the story?
The only known story that we have is that of Verndarim. And the way we were able to beat him was through the gift of foresight, knowing what was going to happen before it happened. But that power is lost to us now.
How was that power obtained before? Was it gifted to you by the Pale Lady?
Iramor, the goddess of sight, once heard our prayer as a people, as refugees called out to her in our time of need when Kath was nearly upon us. She gave us the power to win. She gave that power to Verndarim.
What was this Yeah.
No, get out of the water, man.
Just pick your face up.
Snorkel.
Yeah. What I know this power you said was called the foresight that she had given, but do you know exactly what it did? Did it make him stronger, or just see really well? And he's gonna kind of like glance at Arsenaway.
Oh.
Like, I mean, you got third eye now. I don't know. Is that it?
I was not there for this, of course, but as it is told, Verndarim did have exceptional sight, yes, but the true power was being in direct contact with Iramor, the goddess of sight, who was able to, in times of need, peer into the future, see fates that had not yet passed, and, in a way, shape them herself through us.
I don't think any of us are capable of that then.
I can barely see in the dark.
Do your stones talk about what happened in the beginning? Do they talk about the origin of all of this? Before Verndarim? Before this?
There is little knowledge of what comes before. After all, the history of Verndarim happened so long ago. However, we are mostly sure that Zheles, this being, existed before the rest of the world, before the gods themselves. And as I said, has tried to bring the world back to that nothingness many times over.
So,
It's probably going to take the power of a lot of gods to get rid of it then.
no, my real question is, what does this have to do with tieflings? I've been trying to draw connections the whole time.
I'm curious about
and I
that
can't.
too. Are you? I'm sorry. I heard you say earlier you're not sure maybe how long you've been under here. Did you mean literally or under the influence of the great evil?
Well, there have been none like you here in my lifetime, to say the least.
So are you aware of what the
The geopolitical climate in the region?
Are you aware of the result of the lore? has caused nations to be against each other, only due to the assumption of a race?
No. My knowledge begins and ends with what happened here. The rending winds and what we've been tasked to do have kept us all here for all time as we know it.
I mean, so then they were right. It has nothing to do with the tieflings for sure.
Not necessarily.
May I ask, what has brought all of you here? What made you brave the storm?
Originally, truth, and then justice for a fallen friend that died because of that prejudice against him.
I understand. Condolences for your friend.
Appreciate that.
I find it interesting that after all this time, someone came, and they came in our most dire moment of need.
It is eerie, isn't it?
Perhaps in a way it's a fate of sorts.
Some of this was a number of visions, but not from Miramore.
From who?
From Oakham.
I've not heard this name, but if they sent you here to help us, I pray that they continue to offer their aid in our time of need.
I pray that as well.
Who is that again?
That's my god.
I knew it was familiar, just didn't remember where we knew him from.
I think we're all from different creeds, different paths, kind of all stumbling across the same thing together. Kind of seems like a big cosmic joke that we all ended up here, if you're being honest.
It's not very funny.
No, it isn't.
Nothing ever happens by coincidence, at least not the way that I see it. At least not the way that Verndarim saw it. Now I must ask you another question. I know that you've fought the beast and sent him on his way. I know that the stones tell us there is no sure way to be rid of him. But they also tell of a prison, one that he was trapped inside and apparently is no longer.
Our words, hold on, they're coming to me.
Yeah,
Our characters don't know anything about the one shot, aside from
They do not.
we know that Milby has a gem.
Yes, that she dug up from some ruins.
Got it. Then Taffy says nothing. 'Cause she don't know shit.
I don't even remember the one shot.
When you fought him, did you happen to see any manner of magical stone nearby?
As a matter of
Oh,
fact,
big salmon.
we did. Don't we have it?
We do.
Who has it? You?
E-
Didn't we break
either-
it?
No,
It's
either.
broken.
Yeah, it's
It was already
broken, and it's but either samurai grabbed it, but I know that we didn't grab it.
I grabbed it.
I know.
One of us has it.
I,
Yeah.
I,
He
I know
was
that one of
looking
us
at
had it,
it.
and we all specifically said, "Don't put it in the bag of holding."
Sarnoran
That's
has
all
it,
I know. Sarnoran pulls it out.
We haven't put anything in the bag of holding since
Yes,
that.
yeah, no,
Other
yeah.
than the
We should
The
sell that
change
thing.
in
three,
Ice, yeah.
3 copper and ice.
Ice.
We did that.
It's dripping on someone. What the fuck?
Drop knives into it.
He did. He also did drop his sword.
Yeah.
I did.
Just keep dropping swords into it until it kills whoever's on the other side.
Yeah. till they come back throwing at us.
Just like shooting out swords.
Gets a letter out of it.
He's like,
Yeah.
whoa! Always displaced by time. So it's actually just going to a future us. So you open the bag later, and I just start shooting.
Oh shit!
It's like, don't.
Thank you.
Why is all this water here? Knives.
I did actually pour water into it at one point too.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did.
So
we have another thing
yes,
in the
you
chat
have the.
as well.
Ooh, Lance rolled an 8. So you
I
get
don't think that's Lance.
Nice.
oh, Frosty the Deadpan?
There's two different frosts.
There's 2 Frosties.
Who are you, Frosty?
Okay, well, Frosty the Deadpan, awesome name, first of all. Second of all, great roll. Got a +8 to a roll for you guys.
Nice.
Nice.
And we have advantage.
Well, you have the 15.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
We found this, and I'll point to what he's holding, the gem. We did find this.
Not even having to reach out for it, you see a flash of recognition across his face. And
So I want to clarify. We're like, I would have stopped them. We're like,
Oh yeah.
when they're not like, I wouldn't have let them get close enough to be
okay.
within. Like, we're probably about
Yeah, about
10,
that. So
15
like
feet
10,
away. Yeah.
10, 15 feet is
Yeah.
what I was thinking. As you point to the crystal that Sarnor now holds, you see the flash of recognition across his face. After all these years, centuries upon centuries, and it's made its way back here.
Should it not be here? Is that right?
It poses no threat now. But when Verndarim and my ancestors had trapped Zheles in that thing, we thought it to be the end, but soon discovered that even that prison could not contain Zheles's malice and ill will, and it spread like wildfire through our ranks. So we sent it away.
It's the one rock.
We have to destroy it.
It appears to be.
Fire!
It appears to be damaged now, and I'm afraid with our small numbers and limited resources, we could not hope to craft another.
But do you know how?
Perhaps.
Do you know where he would have gone? He inhabited the body of our friend. And
When-
he left, and her body was left, but his essence wasn't.
When Kath was struck down all those years ago, Zheles's essence was trapped within the stone, so it couldn't escape and reform. What you all have done is a heroic feat indeed, and I thank you for the time that you've bought us all.
But we know it's not over.
I'm not sure it ever will be. But the threat is imminent, impending.
Would you trust us to see your stones from the past? I hate all of you. I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about it for a second.
Hey, can we see your balls?
Hey, drop them, nigga.
He lifts his skirt.
Can we see them stones?
He's wearing a kilt.
Let's see the
Dude, I gotta stop saying
stones.
that all
You have to stop on the internet.
roars.
Thank
It
you.
sounds a lot like
It
not what you
does.
said.
I'm sorry. As soon as I looked at him,
Yeah,
I was like,
I know. I was just like, I'm just gonna.
Oh, you're so
This is the second time
This
that
is
has
the second
happened to
time.
us.
Yeah. Lose that word from your vocabulary.
please. You're not dirty
Wait,
enough
was
to
it the
say
same word
And
last
they call
time?
it pants now, by the way.
Well,
Anyway,
privilege showing up.
N-I-C-K.
My bad. Oh, thank God. I need to do that.
Good thing we don't have captions turned on. 'Cause I
How-
probably
yeah,
wouldn't
you're
have got
good.
that one right.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I feel bad, but I'm okay.
That's
Don't feel bad.
honest
You
mistake.
didn't say anything wrong.
Yeah.
Don't drop your drawers.
True.
Don't say
Drawers.
but just
Your
don't
panties. Call them your panties.
Pantaloons. Anything else.
anything but what you said.
He says, of course, they are free for anyone to see.
There's actually 3 of them.
I thought you'd never ask.
There is literally no way for me to respond to this that's not going to be funny.
Turns into the bad
I'm not asking to see anyone's cones ever again.
I'm like thinking to myself, like, they're displayed across the city.
Specifically,
they're
we are
carved
looking
into the
for-
walls.
everywhere.
No two are the same.
No two are the same.
One is a lower than the other.
We've got some fuzzy stuff
Oh,
growing.
Some
no.
moss on it.
Yeah. We've been under this.
Oh, someone just subscribed to us during that entire Thanks for the sub.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, use
I'm
that Prime
Cam
sub
Tron.
too.
Thank you so much for giving your Prime to us. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself.
Oh,
and
yeah.
oh my gosh, Lance rolled another
Yeah, so
advantage. So you
We
haven't.
have a 15 advantage, an 18 advantage, and an 8 in the chat.
My gosh.
We haven't even rolled anything
We
yet.
need.
Yeah.
Oh, it's your boy Cameron. What's up, Cameron?
Dude,
How's
what's
it
up?
going, man?
Long time no see, man.
You have to come play with us now.
Yes.
He's been wanting to for a very long time.
Yeah.
We need a notebook to keep track of our stuff in the chat.
I'm not keeping track of that one. Somebody else do it.
You want to
So-
give me a piece of paper and I'll
Mods.
do it.
So to
Mods.
move past this without further calamity befalling us,
Can we specifically find the lore that we are
will
looking
you read
for?
us?
Hey, girl.
We read us your stones.
I got some lore to show you.
He basically tells you that the whole city was constructed in a way that
Stones
the
are
lore
readily
and
displayed.
history writing, it's all throughout the city. And while much of it is common knowledge to the people that live here, some of it may not be known by all.
Then then I'm trying to figure out, do you think it would be like, would Arsenault get the understanding that it would be easier for us to explain what we know and then to have them correct it?
Yeah. I feel like you would arrive at that. I'm not even gonna like have you do an insight check. I think that's pretty reasonable.
I'm gonna tell Cena to speak up then.
Okay.
Talk with you.
Oh, God damn it.
What's the eyesight god's name again?
Iramor.
Iramor.
You think she'd be Iamor, but
Oh my gosh.
she was close.
She's a good listener.
Or ever.
So, for the sake of me not having an entire monologue with myself, we'll say that Cena then
Oh, I want to
explains.
see it, though.
What's happening here?
Too bad.
Alex, I don't.
Yeah.
I've had to do that before.
Cena basically explains
Like the Smeagol.
Happy ass. Why are we here again?
I almost did earlier.
the prophecy as they understand it in Imsford. And as she goes along, Bonder corrects her in certain points. She
She's a little haughty.
definitely like kind of barks back a little bit, but doesn't stop him from telling her
The truth.
as they
His
see
truth,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, his truth.
What about the justice?
So
My
Hands.
hands.
sure it was. So
Dude, what are you doing?
so I thought he didn't know the prophecy because Zheles had destroyed it and his memory's crap. Isn't that what he told us basically?
Yeah.
He said he doesn't have the best memory.
So he doesn't know exactly what it says.
He doesn't know the exact prophecy, but more or less he can say he didn't think it
Yeah.
had anything to do with tieflings.
And
Yeah, I'm more just trying to get it to where
Yeah.
she's literally
Gets
being
it in her head,
corrected.
yeah.
Yeah.
did we already ask him who gave them that prophecy? It was Iramor?
It was Iramor.
Okay.
then while they're talking, to
What are you gonna do? Argue with God?
Cheryl's gonna.
Actually,
No,
as,
we're playing Uno.
as
Y'all
you
seen that?
as you ask him about that,
Gotta
like
send it to
who gave them the prophecy, it's funny you should ask. It was Idermore's last look into the future before laying down her life.
Oh, she dead.
I would be like, Cheryl.
I thought that was
Aren't
like
you a priest?
the way Alex explained it to us last time. I
Yes.
thought that was like only her
Avatar.
avatar on Earth that died. But is she like dead, or is it just? Cheryl would say that in a much more reverent way.
Yeah.
It's just funny your reaction.
As
oh,
you
she
say,
did,
she is-
did.
Dead.
When we tasked some of our people to move Zheles' prison from here, to keep it as far away from our writings and lore keeping as possible, they only made it so far. It turns out that even Idermore had been fooled by the level of control Zheles had over those carrying his prison. Combined with our magics and his power, it was our own people that stirred up the never-ending storm that swirled around this place. What happened next, we only know so much as Idermore conveyed to us at the time. It was carved in stone and has been history ever since. But it is said that Idermore, who had the gift of sight, could do nothing for them but watch as her followers perished. If nothing was done, Zheles would have been freed again. Supposedly, when the last of that group fell to his knees, he called out for help indiscriminately, and his voice was answered. Not by Idermore, but someone else. We don't have a name. All we know is, at that time, a deal was brokered between the three of them. This other entity would protect the stone, Zheles' prison, and move it somewhere else in exchange for Idermore's gift of sight. And so in her final act, she did everything she could to protect her followers. And that was the last we'd ever known of the outside world.
And this thing that answered you, it took control of the stone?
I couldn't tell you for sure. All I know is that the deal specifically said that they were going to be tasked with protecting the stone, moving it somewhere safe, in exchange for Idermore's gift of sight.
To this being.
Yes.
I'm confused.
Now the dealings
Ask the
with
question.
the dealings between
What are you confused about?
goddesses and gods, I can only assume, are beyond any of our understanding. But I would imagine that they'd keep their word. perhaps they had for a long time until that stone made its way back here.